Jason's not in his grave, horses!
What's this dude talking about?
You gotta dig it up!
Oh, dig him up? Does this guy think I'm some kind of a fart head? You guys got a strange idea of entertainment. Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, was released in 1986, directed by Tom McLaughlin, and starring Tom Matthews, David Kagan, C.J. Graham as Jason Voorhees, and Megan Cook. Tommy Jarvis exhumes Jason Voorhees to cremate his corpse, but inadvertently brings him back to life instead. The newly revived killer seeks revenge, and Tommy may be the only one who can stop him. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema, and welcome to my review of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Back for another Friday the 13th review, guys, and I'm sorry that this one is going to be a little late. Trying to drop them on Fridays, but shit happens, man. What can you do? Shit happens. But this is just, you guys know me. You know I love this movie to death. It's my gateway to horror. This is the first horror film that I really watched in its entirety. This is the movie that got me into horror films. I mean, I remember when my mom rented it for me, sitting on a beanbag, panel walls, tube TV, being glued to this thing, and that opening scene, I was hooked and been a horror fan ever since. This is the resurrection of an icon, man. By this point, 1986, Jason Voorhees was entrenched in our pop cultures. Before we get to the review here, guys, let's do some little bit of show and tell because I love this movie so much. I'm going to show off my little C.J. Graham Jason. Some weapons are missing. There's his knife. There's the machete. Beautiful. Lift his mask up a bit. Nice little detail there. I got a good old Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives VHS tape. I love this thing. I got a signed C.J. Graham picture right here. This was given to me by none other than Brett Man from Good Real Hunting as we go way back, and he is a great dude. So always appreciate him for that. And one of my favorite figures of all time, guys, is this little in the lake, Tommy Jarvis fighting Jason. Let's see if I can do a little 3D thing here for you. That thing is just glorious. I love this thing, man. I absolutely love this little figure. The movie is great, guys. I have so much fun with this one. It's so entertaining. The entertainment value is through the roof. You know what I mean? And it has all these kind of tones all meshed in with it. Like it's slasher, it's horror, it's, you know, it can be an action movie at times because there's car chases in it. You got the rock music going on. It has a certain vibe and feel that's not going to be for everyone, but it's for me. Very self-aware. Now we're like going, okay, let's not take this serious. Let's have fun with it. But they don't make fun of Jason, and they just have this tongue-in-cheek quality that it's like a precursor to kind of Scream. You know, a very self-aware, breaking that fourth wall, talking to the camera, mixes the comedy into really well. But when the movie's vicious, it's vicious. When it's funny, it's funny. When it's entertaining, it's entertaining. You know what I mean? It's just got everything. And that opening scene, man, the way we start off with Tommy Jarvis coming out, he brings Jason back because Jason's calling at him from the grave. It's this curse, right? Like Tommy cannot rest because he's hallucinating all the time. This is never going to go away. So he decides to go to the graveyard, dig him up, cremate him, and maybe this will get rid of the hallucinations. And his plan backfires, and this dude is in trouble because he resurrects Jason, and Jason's powerful. He can rip limbs off, heads off. He's unstoppable like a Terminator, and he even kind of moves like a Terminator, you know what I mean? And does it still utilize that Friday the 13th formula? Yeah, it does. It still feels like a Friday the 13th film. It's a slasher still. You got the body count is very high, but they add kids to the camp, adds this level of tension that I really like. It's not just Jason appearing, killing someone, going to the next victim, hanging out at Higgins Haven. You know, he runs into the Jarvis family in Part 4. It's like he's headed back to the camp. It has Jason kind of like on a mission. He's headed back to the camp, and we're just following him along, waiting for this to happen. Is Tommy going to get there in time? Is Tommy going to be able to stop Jason? It's like a lit fuse that's slowly burning, you know what I mean? With Jason coming back to the camp. And the way Tom McLaughlin builds off the lore and respects the lore. Like, what does Jason do? He comes out of the grave, heads back to the camp, and anybody in his way is dead. And the way that Tommy decides to stop him, Tom McLaughlin always, he designs this kind of vampire lore, the stake through the heart, or the garlic, like everything has a weakness, right? And this creature, Jason, now, somewhat like a creature. The only way to stop Jason now is to put him where he drowned, inside the lake. Chain him down to the lake, and that's what he does at the end. He chains him down to the lake. So Tom McLaughlin understands the lore and the curse. You're not going to axe him to the face this time. Shoot him. Not going to do nothing. Nothing is going to work, so we contain him. That fits in line with this curse, and I love that. Love that about this movie. And Tom Matthews as Tommy Jarvis. This is my Tommy. I love this guy in this movie. I think he brings a real intensity. He can be funny. He can hit on a lot of notes, really. But I really like him in that opening scene where he's looking down at Jason and those feelings start coming up, and you hear Trish in his head and everything. That memory of Friday the 13th Part 4. Tommy, get the hell out of here.
Die! Die, Tommy!
Then he just, he loses it and stabs him with a spear and all that. I really just love that part in this movie, and how fearless he is of Jason. Like, he's been down this road before, and he feels responsible, so he's the one to stop him, right? So this one's a little different because he's our final guy, our final boy, you know what I mean? Instead of a final girl. Megan, played by Jennifer Cook, I love her too. I love her character. I think she's got this real spunky attitude, and her dialogue's written really well for her. She's hot as hell, man. One of my favorite, characters in Friday the 13th. But she's not really the final girl. We can debate that. She does save Tommy at the end. She does protect the kids, but you know what? If Tommy wasn't there, Megan's head would have been crushed by Jason.
Jason! Jason, come on! Come and get me! It's me you won't remember!
She's a great character, but she's not really doing the things that most of the final girls do. But she does save Tommy, but Tommy is really the hero in this. You know what I mean? But I do love Megan as a character and everything, and she's really someone who, who's infatuated with Tommy, thinks he's hot and everything, and doesn't really buy his story until shit hits the fan, and then she loses her father and all this. It really is another victim of Crystal Lake. But it has great, quirky, wacky characters all through this movie, like the paintballers and the Martin the caretaker, and freaking Court in the RV. The RV scene is one of the most entertaining scenes ever. He's having sex with Nikki in the trailer. Jason pulls the power on them, and there's this whole gag and everything where they think he's outside, but he's really inside, and they take off and everything. And Court's just acting like an idiot, man. The guy just got his rocks off. He goes, "No, baby, I want to rock." And he's rolling down the freaking streets of Crystal Lake and flips the RV because Jason gets it and everything. But there's just all this funny stuff in there. Like, the comedies lands well for me. I love the comedy in this, and I think it suits it.
That's it. Pull over. I'm driving.
No, wait, I want to rock! Yeah! Woo! Woo! This is great. I remember you said it's a good time.
You know what I mean? It's self-aware. It's tongue-in-cheek. The paintballers I don't mind all those scenes. A lot of people have a problem with the comedy in this. They want their Jason in a darker movie, but I still think Jason's terrifying in this movie, especially when he breaks through that RV, and that shot where he's standing on the RV. It's like Jason has returned. It's one of the best shots in Friday the 13th. The kills aren't the greatest in the Friday the 13th series, but there's some memorable ones, man. And they did, again, the MPAA, neutered this movie. They neutered Part 7 more, but they kind of neutered this movie too with some of the kills. But there's that one kill where there's no blood, where Jason bends the sheriff right in half. You're almost laughing at the thing at the same time, but it's just all the sound effects of the cracking of the bones and everything. That's just a great kill, man. Or Jason punches the guy's heart out at the beginning. That's awesome. Or when he spears the guy, he throws him up like that over his shoulder and everything like that. All these scenes are just so great. And all those shots at the beginning with the forest and the fog, setting some really great atmosphere in this movie that I absolutely love. And CJ Graham, I love him as Jason in this. I love the look of him, not so much that tool belt and everything like that. I don't have a problem with it either, but a lot of people hate the tool belt. But other than that, I really like him. I love the mask in this too, but the way he's just on a mission and he's really Terminator-like and he's just walking super speed and all that kind of stuff, I think is really great. And how he scares the life out of the kids and everything, and that kill with Paula too. But what I like about Paula's kill, not only is it vicious and brutal, maybe you don't see it, but you see the aftermath of the blood and everything, but the way he's following her along the window, where she's got this really eerie feeling and Jason's just looking at her. That to me was always very Michael Myers like. You can imagine in a Halloween movie, Michael following you outside the window. You know what I mean? So very cool stuff there. I think Tom McLaughlin really set a tone and everything for future Friday films. Like, yeah, you can have a bit of action. You can mix with these different genres. Like he's total universal monsters at the beginning of this. There's a car chase, shotguns and everything, rock music blaring. They flip an RV in this. The end, with the boats on fire, and Jason splits the boat, and it's kind of like Jaws like. It's just melding everything so beautifully together. To me anyway, I just love this movie to death, man. Oh, and the music, man. The music is so good. It has some I got this on vinyl too. It has some really great your Friday the 13th kind of score, but Harry Manfredini, he amps up the theatrical in it. It's very theatrical, that whole opening. Like I said, like an old Frankenstein movie or something. Like it's Friday the 13th still, but amps it up. You know what I mean? Makes it more theatrical, sensational. I guess is a word maybe for that score. And the music, having Alice Cooper in there, the man behind the mask, is one of the best songs ever. Teenage Frankenstein, all these kind of Hard Rock Summer during the car chase. It's just absolutely fantastic. Friday the 13th Part 6 is just too much fun, guys. It's just an absolute blast of a movie. I know I'm speaking a lot with nostalgia probably because it's my gateway to horror. How could I not love it? But it's really hard to really look at this movie for me objectively. You know what I mean? I know it's not everyone's favorite. I know a lot of people like that final chapter kind of tone and everything like that. But I've just always loved this movie ever since I was a kid when I first watched it. I really don't have anything I don't have negatives to say about this. Like the negatives I hear, I just don't see them. If I'm comparing it to like film and other films and stuff like that, it's not a masterpiece because this is a movie. The Godfather's a film. This is a movie. This is meant to entertain. And it does that, you know what I mean? So on your next Friday night, you're in the mood for some Friday the 13th, but you want something a little bit more action, some comedy, some fun, put on Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, and you will have a blast, I guarantee. I'm going to give Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, a B+. What about you guys? Do you like Friday the 13th Part 6? Do you like it as much as I like it, or don't you like it that much? Let me know how you feel about this movie. We'll have a great discussion in those comments about Friday the 13th Part 6. And yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys, unpacking this for you and just, geeking out on this movie as always. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. I'll see you next time, and I'll see you in the movies. Cheers.